are here to wake up, wake up, wake up together. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hello.
Hello everyone.
We're back. I am Cassie.
And I'm Victoria.
And today is a special day. Most days that we come on here are special days. But today we're diving into the beautiful brow chakra and also talking about what it means to wake up. What does this phrase mean, waking up? And talk about this thing called the third eye, which is essentially our brow chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the third eye is nicely connected to the brow, and just to dive right into it, this whole process of waking up. This term has become so popular, you know, it's used on all corners, all street corners these days. Just joking, I don't know if it is. But waking up is really coming into more awareness of, into a broader awareness of life. And I think that it's really related to this brow chakra. As this energy center opens, we start to see kind of like from an eagle's eye view, you know, from above. I think when we're asleep, we're more, the word asleep, entangled in emotion. And so the biggest one is fear. Fear. When we have fear in our body, it's a lower frequency of energy, and so we are lower. We feel lower, and we're kind of actually sitting in our lower brain centers at this stage. We're more in the fight or flight response. And as we start to wake up and release fear from our bodies, we actually move into our prefrontal cortex, which is where the brow is. Fancy that. And in this area, we start to be able to see more clearly. We can collaborate more easily. We can connect with people more easily. And life doesn't seem as heavy and dark. And so we're really waking up from a darkness, something that's holding us in a position of contraction, and waking up into a more expanded state, where we start to see the magic that we keep talking about, and the synchronicities of life, and that we're creating our reality all the time. Yeah, so going from a place of almost victimhood, like life is happening to me, to a place of releasing all of that into seeing that life is happening through me, and I get to create with that energy that is coming through me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. We speak about this life force energy that floods through our bodies, and as we've moved up the energy centers, up the chakras, we've spoken about different emotions, memories that can get stored in different places of the body. And so when we get to this beautiful center, the brow chakra, it's after we've shaken these things out and released some of them, which really emotions and memories and trauma and all of that, it clouds our vision. So it doesn't allow us to see as clearly as we could see. And so this idea of waking up out of cloudy vision, well, what types of cloudy vision have we maybe been experiencing? And really it's the programming and conditioning that we've had going on all around us as we've come into this world. Society, there's programming and conditioning in so many ways, whether we want to talk about the school system and things that were taught versus not taught, or the medical system. I remember when I first got into energy work, I thought it was absolutely bananas, because it's something, not the good kind of bananas either, but really thinking something like alternative healing or natural healing could be so far out of the realm of possibility, because it's something that I feel has been largely purposely ignored in our education system. And so we get to this place of disbelief of any other way that things could be. And really, the world of energy and the world of natural healing is the way, in my opinion. And of course, we can meld and merge it and swirl it around with traditional and modern medicine. But really, it's this idea that we've been given such a framework and kind of a box as to how we should think, what's okay, what's not okay, how we should live our lives, kind of the trajectory of life, going to school, going to university, finding a partner, getting married, having kids, all of that stuff. all of these are frameworks of conditioning that we've been living in. And so when we open this beautiful energy center, the brow chakra, we're able to see more clearly. We're able to see, oh, is this me? Is this my desire? Is this my path? Or is this a conditioned response? Is this something that I've been told or that's been programmed into the way that I think I should be or how I should live my life? And when we have an open brow chakra, when our third eye is open, we're able to really see clearly what is ours, what is our path, and be able to follow that and follow our hearts with integrity and see past any other limitations that we might have experienced for most of our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it all really starts with the question, you know, a curiosity for myself, though, this whole process of becoming to more awareness. I like my hat. I love my hat. Coming to more awareness was a deep dissatisfaction. I had this like, what is going on with life? It didn't make any sense to me. I was on the trajectory, you know, working actually in the medical field and doing my thing. And my friends were all getting married around me and having kids, and I just didn't feel satisfied with that way of living. It just felt very much enclosed, and that there was so much more to life, and I just couldn't quite pinpoint it. I didn't really know what that was. And so for me, it was a deep question inside of me, a questioning of what is happening, what is life, why is it just this way? And so that really put me onto a journey of waking up, or waking up, just being curious and opening myself up to other possibilities of the way that I could live my life. And so it can show up in many different ways for people, but a lot of the time it comes in a big activation. You know, something happens in your life. I've seen it happen where it would be like maybe an illness or an injury that stops a person in their tracks, and helps them to come to a place of asking questions, you know, what is actually happening here? And I think otherwise we're sort of go, go, go. You know, we're living in this go, go, go cycle, and in this kind of fight or flight response where we're in our lower brainstem and not really able to see above or beyond the way that we've been conditioned to live. And so when you start to question it, and start to open your eyes a little bit more, you get to start to see that there is a lot of conditioning that's been happening, and that there is another way to live, and that we can co-create with the universe to create the life of our dreams. Mm-hmm. And it's a process, and it's a journey of releasing all the stories and the things that we've been told or we've told ourselves about life and how it needs to be, and really coming into a place of deeper clarity, which is this brow chakra. When the brow chakra is cleared, we're able to see that we can create our life, and it doesn't have to be the way it always has been. Mm-hmm. I was just talking to a woman yesterday who she works in a clinic, and she was working 5 days a week, and she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work 5 days a week. And so she went to her boss after some clearing of any anxiety around it, and she asked to work 4 days a week, and she got it. She got 4 days a week. And so it's like really just kind of opening ourselves to be like, there is another possibility, there is another way to do this, and then asking for it. Yeah, I think is really empowering. And I feel like we've really been gifted with this time now, you know, this time of a bit of madness and some seeming chaos around the world, but it's really stopped a lot of people and slowed us down so that we can start to look around and question things and see more clearly. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, beautiful. And as you were speaking, what it made me think of, the kind of the conditioning that we've been put into, where we're not necessarily seeing the magic of life, is that we're all separate. Mm-hmm. We're all these individual beings, and it's me against you, and so I need to take so that I can fill myself up, because we're all pitted against each other. And you can see that now on the grand scale of the world, like everyone is divided into categories, and you need to be this or that, and you're fighting, and if you're in the middle, then you're wherever. And so really, it puts us into these categories when really we are all connected, and we are all like one humanity. And so when this brow chakra starts to open, we start to see each other's humanity, and we start to realize that we're actually not alone, and that the person that we think that may have the most different beliefs than us, polar opposite, actually goes through the same things inside and actually experiences the exact same emotions, the exact same fear that may be contributing to their behaviors or how they react or respond in their lives. And so it really is, when the brow is closed, it's like we're all separate, we're all individual, and when it's open, we're all connected. And it's this recognition that we are all connected, and we are all here doing this human experience together. And so we're all here to learn and share with each other, and have open and vulnerable conversations with each other. And yeah, it's that that is another aspect of this clear vision that we see when we clear this energy center.
Yeah. So really moving from like states of, what can be confusion as well. When we're closed down, we can be confused and feel disconnected. And when we open up, we start to see that we actually, like you say, are really connected to one another, and we can let go of the BS, just let it go. We can all just ease up a little bit and relax and start to see the humanity in one another, and then we really be able to relate to one another from that human place. And that's really how we liberate ourselves. Yeah, how we wake up.
Yeah, and what a beautiful time to be alive right now. We've spoken a little bit about it before, but this time in history is huge. It's been prophesized by many different cultures and religions, and basically this is humanity's time of waking up. This is the time where we start to see clearly, and we start to see the ways in which before we're even in school, we're on a trajectory of a certain way to live our lives. And so really starting to see through that. And I love your example of your friend asking for to work 4 days a week. It's like this five-day work week, or some people work 50, 60 hours. All it is a social construct. It's not anything in reality. It's not anything tangible. It's an idea. It's a construct. It's a conditioning. And so really, none of the ways that we've been conditioned to live are actually solid and real. And so they're all malleable and moldable. And when you start to see that, it's like, oh my God, what? I can do that. I can ask for this. I can ask for that. I can do my relationship in a non-traditional way. I can ask for something non-traditional in my work. I can have a non-traditional relationship with my family. Like all these different things that we get to create once we can see outside of that box.
Totally.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, it makes us a lot happier too, because we start to be able to live from a place of authenticity. And like you say, a way to create a relationship, maybe it's different to what we have been told about a traditional relationship. Maybe it wants to look differently, and that's okay. We each get to do it in our own way, whatever resonates with us, whatever is true to us. And we're all living from a place of that, from authentically living our lives, from a place that really resonates with us, then we're happier. We're not getting upset with each other because we're stuffing ourselves in a box that doesn't make us feel good. We're living our lives from our own truth and feeling liberated as a result. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing this hat these days. It just makes me so happy. It liberates me, and I love it, and it actually makes people happy too. So
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and it took a little bit of nerves to put it on my head, but I was like, I like it, and I'm gonna wear it. And so here I am wearing this hat. This is just a small little example, but it's an example that's kind of significant in a way that we can do things our own way. We don't have to live according to a set of finite rules. We can create what feels good for us. And like I say, when it feels good and you're in a place of feeling good because you're creating from your own authentic place, then we all get along better because we're not feeling frustrated that we're stuck in a place that doesn't feel comfortable or resonant.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes,
Your hat made me happy. Yeah, thank you, Treasure. I love this hat.
Oh, man. And I was just going to say that oftentimes, I know in my life I've experienced this, where you see someone that is doing things so differently or seemingly so free, or like your friend, maybe her coworkers are like, why do you get to do that? Why don't I get to do that? And so when we see examples of people doing that in our lives, we can have the tendency to be like, Why not me? And I would invite all of you, if you've ever experienced that, or you're like, why does that person get to do that? Is instead just get curious and be like, oh my God, wow, you're setting an example of what I could do, of a different way of looking at things and a different way of creating my life. Oh my God. And so it's okay if your initial reaction is to be triggered and be like, oh, like I really want that. But what that's doing is showing you that you can create another way, and you can create, there are absolutely no rules. I just want to reinforce that. Like, you can actually create anything that you want. Your life can look any way that resonates with you, and it's a discovery process to find that because of all of this conditioning. And so, yeah, it's okay if you also don't know what your dream life would look like. As we start to open this center, we start to see experiences in our life that show us a new way. And we start to see people that are doing things in a new way and be like, I love how you speak about this. It's like, oh, I'll take that. I'll take how you interact with your work. I'll take that. And I'll take how you interact in your relationship. And I'll take that. And I'll take how, oh, your relationship with your mom. Oh, I'll incorporate some of that. It's like we get to create anything that we want.
Yeah, and it's, it's all the letting go process of the conditioning. It's really letting that go so that we can be more clear to be able to create from that space of understanding ourselves better, so that we can create from what we'd like to do, what we want in life. Yeah, and it gets really exciting. It's really beautiful, and it can be scary too. It takes a bravery, and courage to step out of the norm. To step up and out and be yourself. I just have to say that it does take courage, and so being as gentle as you can on yourselves, and as you start to wake up and go through this process, and just know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are stepping up and out and changing their lives and living more authentically. And it can be a little scary. It's like, can I do this? Am I allowed to do this? And then suddenly it's like, okay, yes, I'm allowed to do this. And it's just bit by bit, as we release the stuff that's been in the way of, or the conditioning that's really been there. As we release that, then we can start to step more into authenticity.
Absolutely. And just to touch a little bit on, if the brow is closed, then some of the physical sensations that can happen are chronic headaches and migraines and eye problems. Really, the energy center here feeds this area of our body. And so when we start to release some of that conditioning and start to allow ourselves to see more clearly and allow ourselves to be open to seeing life in a new way, then we can actually see the physical manifestations of that. As we clear the energy here, then we can release some of those physical sensations that come along with stored energy being here, as well as any chronic overthinkers out there. Overthinking is so common, and it's because we've been living mostly in our head, but in this over analytical, like trying to get everything in our life perfect and on track and plan and schedule. And so when we release the energy here, we're actually able to still use our beautiful minds, but come from a place of presence and really seeing each moment from the present moment and as a new moment, and not carrying around all of that baggage of the past. All that stuff we don't need anymore.
And it's an art.
Yes.
Letting go of that bag is an art. It's a process, and our life is really perfectly unfolding for us to help us to release these things. So really feeling into that. Like, there's not a lot of work to be done. I think we don't have to try so hard. Just know that your life is offering you experiences to help you to navigate and to become more open here and aware, and open in your heart and aware, so that we can live a more harmonious, loved, filled, connected life.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah. Do you guys want that?
Let us know below. Oh my God, let us know below, like in your dream world, in your idea of a perfect world. Let us know one word down below what you would like to see more of.
Yes.
For me it is like deep self-acceptance, because I just know how much that trickles out and affects everyone else in our fields, and we accept and love the others in our lives. And so, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. This is actually a very cool process, is that when we are less entangled in the emotional world, we can start to see what we want to play out in the world, and we really do get to create it. You know, we do have that power to create our reality, and so I love this offering. And so my intention for the world and for myself is to be allowing and accepting, kind of on the same lines as you there, allowing and accepting of everybody wherever anybody is at, and just becoming more open and receptive and allowing. Yeah, because I see when we can all do that for each other, then there's less conflict and less resistance.
Absolutely. Yeah, so Treasure says patience.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, imagine us all just being more patient with each other. I know sometimes when I'm out on the street, it's like every street corner. It's like, you know, we're in a rush to live our lives. We're in a rush to move through our day and get this day over and start the next. And so I don't want to live that way anymore. And so patience is such a beautiful one, Treasure.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can all chill out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so basically, when this center is open, the last thing I feel like sharing is when the center is open, we see from this higher perspective, and we see that we're all connected, and we actually start to see that we are these infinite, energetic, spiritual beings that are here in this human body. And it's so cool to realize that, because then any sense of that separateness or disconnection can just fall away, because we are, I mean, if you've ever sat and thought about it, like, how do we come into this body? How do we get here? How is, like, there's just a child with a life inside of a woman. It's like, you can't think about that and not feel a twinge of that miracle or that mystery of where we came from, and it's the truth of who we are. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. There was something I was going to say and I totally forgot it. Oh, yeah, being brothers and sisters. Like, we're brothers and sisters on this planet. And, you know, brothers and sisters fight, and so we're kind of in a bit of a teenage phase, I feel. We're kind of fighting a little bit. But, yeah, if we can just come into allowance and acceptance with one another, and what was your word? Patience and acceptance, then yeah, it's okay. You know, even if we do fight sometimes, that's okay. And even if we have different beliefs, that's okay. It's just, it's all cool. Yeah, and that's really part of the seeing. Like, it's all cool. We're all connected.
Yeah. I feel nice. So please, if you're watching this live or on the replay, let us know. Drop a word down below, and we'll include that in our vision, our intention for the world, and start playing around with this. Start playing around with this energy center, with visioning what you want to see, with setting intentions. And as always, feel free to reach out if you would like to experience a bioenergy healing session where we can really get in and clear this space and clear some of the overactive thoughts and maybe thought patterns and thought loops that might be going on, so you can see more clearly. And it's been a process for both of us, so we'd love to help.
Yeah, holding you all, and you're all awesome, so keep staying awesome, and you're doing amazing. And no matter where you are, what you are, who you are right now in this moment, you are amazing.
Yeah. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And
big love.
Yeah, we'll wrap up next week with the crown chakra.
Right.
So stay tuned for that, and have an amazing holiday weekend.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.